Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Pokémon Art Academy! First of all, I'd just like to thank you for all the kind words that you gave on the previous video that inspired me to carry on with some more lessons at the Academy. So, I noticed a lot of you guys tweeting me your drawings. You kind of drew along on paper or whatever material you had along with me in the previous video, which was awesome, and I'd totally love to see those again. Today, maybe we'll be drawing some happy little clouds, or happy little Altarias, I guess, because that's the cloud Pokemon. So we're at the lobby, I guess, of the Academy today. There's lots of new options we have now. We can go into free paint mode, where we literally just free paint. We can just draw whatever we want and follow the guidance. There is a Jigglypuff there, that's awesome. We also have quick sketch mode, which is sort of quick assignments set by the professor, where we get a rough guide for what to do, but it's still mostly just us doing it ourselves. We have a Ditto there, that could be fun. But for now, we're going to go back to some of the lessons, and what we're going to do today, here we go, we're going to draw my favourite Pokemon for my Pokemon team in Pokémon X. So here we go, let's go into these lessons again, because we have Chespin available, and we have Squirtle available. So we go with Chespin first, as he was the first Pokemon I got in Pokemon X. So here's Shu the Chespin. Let's start the lesson with the professor today, and you can all join along. Here we go. Okay, it's a novice mini lesson here with the professor. It's Chespin. In this mini lesson, we're going to draw a portrait of Chespin. Yeah, and what's a mini lesson, I hear you ask? Well, a mini lesson is a shorter lesson to practice the techniques learned in the main lesson. There are no demonstrations, and you need to select your own tools. But don't worry, you can still use my image as a guide in each step. Let's make a start, and let's see how we do, shall we? Here we go. Chespin is a grass-type Pokemon with a tough green shell on its head, and the shell is covered with soft, leaf-like quills that become hard when Chespin flexes. Chespin has a carefree, curious attitude, which can sometimes get it in trouble. As with Oshawott, we'll use a thick outline pen to trace Chespin's head. Wow, that's quite a lot of quills to draw. Don't worry, it's easy if we break it down. There are 7 quills, 4 at the front of the head, and 3 sticking up at the back. Remember, we can zoom in and out by pressing X and B. Okay. So, get your thick outline pen at hand, everybody, and we are going to start by drawing the round shape of Chespin's head with our outline pen. So we will start with the quills on the top, like this. Here we go. Round like that. And then the middle one. There we go. And then the one over there. I am getting a much better handle of drawing on the 3DS screen. I've got it propped up on my desk now properly, so I can actually draw it without holding it in my hand. We'll start on the little curves of the head now. There we go. And we'll do the next really big quills coming off the side of its face. Lovely, that's one. And that's another one. So I hope you're all joining along at home. If not, you can open up like MS Paint and you can follow along with that. Or you can use your own paper or sketchbooks. You can do whatever you want. That's the beauty of art. You don't need to just do it on paper. You can just do it with whatever's available. It's the joy of painting. And now we're going to do the bottom curve of Chespin's face. Whoops, I messed it up a little bit, but that's fine. We can undo our lines like that. And we go for a slightly better curve. Okay, well, that's the best I can really do on the 3DS screen. I'm sure you guys are doing a much better job. And now we go for the inner curve of his actual face. Here we go. So that was kind of his shell, basically, like the professor said. And now we're actually going to work on the detail. So that's his little pointy bit. I don't know what that would be called. And these are his eyes. Kind of done those a bit lopsided. Going for a sort of 3D effect, I suppose. There we go. Lovely, we'll undo that one, that didn't work. That's a nice little smile on Chespin there. And on to the next step of the lesson. Yeah! Now let's start filling in the base colours. Okay, so the shell and quills are green, and the whole face is light brown. Okay, so again, we got our little Chespin there. We're going to get out our marker pen now, and we're going to use the green. There we go. And work on the quills and the shell. So here we go. Some nice delicate strokes, mirror to stick inside the lines. There we go. Lovely. So Chespin is my favourite Pokemon. Well, not my favourite actually. Jigglypuff is my favourite Pokemon. But Chespin is definitely my favourite Pokemon from Generation 6. He is awesome, and ever since I got him in my playthrough, I just fell in love. He's adorable, but he turns into a massive beefy tank, and that is awesome too. Scrafty and Scraggy, they're probably my favourites from the previous gen. Don't know who would be my favourites from the other generations. I've got loads. I quite like Miltank from Generation 2. So we're just engaging in some small talk here, some conversation, while I fill in the green of Chespin's quills. If we run out of stuff to say, I will of course speed it up. We go for some more hard strokes now, some more forceful strokes, and actually finish off the shell in a quicker time. Here we go. So if you don't have access to green at home, you can of course use whatever colour you want. Do it in black and white if you need to. There's no rules. There are no rules to art. Just do what you like. I have no idea what I'm saying. Basically, just have a good time and just have fun. Yay, fun! Here we go. I did go outside the lines a little bit, but again, it doesn't really matter. There we go. Lovely. And now we're going to switch. Can we switch colours now? Yeah, now we're going to switch to the lighter brown and actually do his face. So it doesn't matter about going over the lines here because this is all on a top layer. So we can just paint underneath it like that. That's fine. There we go. I went outside the lines a little bit there where I'm not meant to, but it's cool. It's cool. We'll roll with it. And that is Chespin's face. All sorted there. Just tidy up the edges a little bit. Lovely. And the next step of the lesson. Here we go. This will be the actual detail. Yeah, now we need to colour in the details. A dark brown to colour the triangular markings, and an orange red for the nose. Then its eyes are black, and we need some white highlights like we did in the previous lesson. So here we go. We go with the black first. Whoops, we'll undo that. That went way outside the lines. Now the best thing about using black, if you've done an outline before, you can actually kind of fix the outline if you messed up the shape of the eyes, perhaps. I didn't. I did it completely fine, as you can see right there. But just in case you do mess it up, you can fix things. And now we go for the nose. Lovely. That was quick. And now, what colour do we need for the triangles? We need that one. There we go. Plop that in there. Plop that one up there. Plop that one in there. And now for the highlights. Now, I'm going to go a bit above and beyond what the professor said and actually add a highlight to the nose too, just so it looks a bit shinier. There we go. And then for the eyes. Yeah! That didn't quite look right. Oh gosh, what have I done? Okay, he's looking off to the side. He's like, yay! Good. That is Chespin. Sorted. That's the end of the lesson. We've drawn Chespin's head. See, that was Lee's attempt. He got the number of quills right, so that's good. He got 7 quills. Again, 3 at the top, 4 at the sides. You're getting the hang of it, Lee. I mean, mine wasn't that much better, really, but there we go. But it's very good practice for the later lessons. So remember, we can always replay the lesson too if you want to try and do better. You can replay the lesson as well by simply rewatching the video. See you next time. Yay! So there we go. We've done Chespin. We can actually add a background too. Cool. And we continue. There he is in the forest. And we've got our little trading card there of Chespin. That actually doesn't look that bad, you know. I feel like I maybe should have had some highlights to the shell as well and made that look a bit shinier. Whatever. Here we go. Lesson complete. We're save and finish. It's taken quite a while, isn't it? There we go. Lovely. And it's in our album. So, I think now we check out the rest of the stuff we can do in the Academy, off curriculum, like the free sketches and the free paints. So, let's go with that. We've done... There we go. Did we actually get like a gold trophy on that one? Are there different ranks we can get? Because it looks like that one was only a silver. Or maybe it was a platinum because I did so well. You probably did really well too. I would greatly, greatly love to see your attempts. Again, like I said, you guys tweeted me on the previous one. And if you could just tweet me any pictures you've drawn following along, I'd love to see all your Chespins. And also, your Jigglypuffs, because I'd also love to see your drawings of Jigglypuffs. There we go. Because we're using free paint mode now, we have all the tools available. We can open the toolbox by touching this tab. There we go. And we can, wow, look at all the colours we have available. That would be cool. And we can use all of the toolbox items now, all of the different brushes and pens and pencils. It's going to be awesome. So, again, now we're using my absolute favoritist Pokemon ever. It's Jigglypuff. Jiggly. Okay. Professor there just showing us how it's done. So, again, as we usually do, we should start with the outline pen. Here we go. Now this one's going to be kind of difficult maybe because we have to go for a bit more of a curve, which is very hard to do on this 3DS screen, but we'll just give it our best attempt. I'm using an eraser by accident somehow. we give it our best attempt. Here we go. There we go. Now if you do watch my streams on Twitch, you have seen me draw Pokemon before and you'll know that I really like drawing Jigglypuffs. That messed up a little bit, but that's fine. So hopefully I actually do it a decent attempt anyway. Hopefully it looks a little bit like a Jigglypuff. We go for the eyes now. Again, these are actually circular, which is very, very hard to do on this 3DS screen, as you can tell by my numerous attempts here. We'll stick with that one. And then the other eye. Again, very, very hard to get the circles right on the 3DS screen. I hope you guys are having better luck who might be using paper. There we go. And like that. Lovely. And like that. Yay! She's so happy. Zoey Jr., everybody. Yay! The arms need to be quite big. But maybe not quite like that. We're going like, yeah, there we go. And now for the actual circular part. I feel like I've drawn her too far down and too big. But like I said, there are no such thing as mistakes. You just roll with it and just do whatever you feel like doing. I cannot get the feet right. I'm not making a mistake though. No, I'm just trying to do the very best I possibly can, like no one ever has. So okay, she's kind of gone a bit squashed, but that's fine. Now we're going to switch to a different layer. Or something. I don't actually know how we do this part, but we got loads of different brushes available. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. Yeah. That's cool. How do we switch to the next part though? The professor didn't really explain that, did he? Here we go. What's this? What's all this stuff? Oh, crikey. We got so many new options available now. What do we do? Okay, well, we go for the pink. Which will be... What brush will that be? We go with an actual proper paintbrush. Here we go. Oh, the music stopped. That's quite worrying. That's kind of putting me on edge and making me feel like I'm being watched. I am being watched. Good. Great. That's great. So we go for the pink now and actually fill in Jigglypuffs. Oh, this brush is nice. This brush is nice. It's not hard edges like the other one we were using before. It's actually nice and soft. So we can actually go for a little bit more of an artistic approach for this and maybe purposefully go outside the lines. Here we go. Spruce it up a little bit. There we go, lovely. We might actually be able to remove the outline layer and see what it looks like without that. I don't know if that's possible. Again, the professor hasn't really explained these tools yet. I've kind of just jumped straight into the deep end here. But that's fine. Switch to a different colour now. We use our black for the ears. Oh, that is lovely. Look how that mixes with the pink. That's great. That is awesome. There we go. And now the whites for the eyes. That one. Yay! And then a little bit of, what would you call that? Sort of aqua, turquoise, kind of greenish, but also blue at the same time. And then finally, the highlights. Here we go. Yeah! Good! How do we finish now? We've finished, Professor! Professor, we've finished! Professor? Okay. Save! We did the Jigglypuff! There we go. I feel like the professor and Lee just kind of went home early maybe. I think the school day is over. So we were just there in the academy by ourselves. But that's fine. We've done our little Jigglypuff there. We can add a little background to it. Ah, where are we going to put it? No, it was a creepy Jigglypuff, wasn't it? So we put it in something a little bit creepy. She was possessed by a spooky ghost. We'll go with that one. There we go. Great. Love it. Oh, I think we have to save the background again, but that's fine. overwrite current save, and that is our Jigglypuff. That is Zoey Jr. And we also drew Shu the chespin. So I hope you were following along at home and checking out all of the modes available in Art Academy. This will be the last lesson. I just basically wanted to show it off. It's out now in Europe and a lot of the world, and in America I think it's coming out in October. So look forward to that. You can pick it up off the e-store or in actual stores that aren't E's. Let's quit. There we go, so that was Pokemon Art Academy. Thank you ever so much for joining me for these 2 sessions. I hope you enjoyed just watching me draw some art on the 3DS screen. I hope you enjoyed joining in if you did. So there we go. Thanks ever so much. You're awesome. Bye-bye.